Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We're going to give a few moments for everybody to get logged on, and I'll do some introductions, even though I know our guest today probably doesn't need much of an introduction. Lori, you've been so active in our industry since, well, always, but especially during this time of unrest and people are at home and kind of figuring out how to run their businesses. It's been an honor, as with myself being an educator, seeing what you're providing and a lot of the other educators out there as well. It's been such a light during a time where a lot of us didn't know where to turn or what to do. And so I wanted to start by thanking you for joining me today and taking the time out to talk to. I know that we have a lot of Sorella partners that are very aware of the Beauty Biz Club, but there's so many people out there that I've noticed throughout this time that weren't, and it's such a great resource. So I know that you'll be touching on that today, but for everybody joining us today, this is Lori Crete. She is an esthetician as well as the founder of the Beauty Biz Club. And we'll be kind of touching on exactly what the Beauty Biz Club is later on, and so that everybody can be aware, but it is a resource that I didn't know existed in my early time as an esthetician. And then once I found it, it was like this holy grail had been opened, and it's so great, Lori, for everything that you're providing for the industry. So I just really wanted to thank you for that as well.
Well, thank you for acknowledging my mission, and thank you everyone for being here today. Should we just be honest with everyone and tell them a little bit about the chat we had prior to starting the broadcast? And we know there is history in the making today. We both want to acknowledge that. And for me to contribute to that, I just want to say, hey, I'm listening and I'm learning right now. And like I said, there's history in the making, and it's something that we all should be paying attention to. So thanks for being here today with us. This was planned well in advance.
Yes, and for anybody, just so you know, this will be recorded. You'll be able to download it and watch it again. And I am there with Lori. I'm listening, I'm learning, and it's a hard time, but we want to try and keep things positive and keep some positivity, but we are, like she said, learning and adjusting and figuring out how we can be of further help. So again, thank you everybody for joining us today. And I mean, we're excited. There's a lot of really great information out there today. And like I said, it'll be recorded, so you'll have access to it. Let me just check.
Thank you, Rebecca. And thank you guys for being here. Thanks for having me.
Okay, perfect. So Lori has a presentation, and we're going to be able to address questions and everything at the end. I'll keep an eye on it, Lori, while you're going through, and I'll answer anything I can along the way, but we'll save the questions for the end. I think that it always leaves it open for a great discussion. If something comes up that's direct with right then we'll address it then, but I think at the end is the best.
I'm going to just start by saying too, I think my internet is exhausted and it's acting a little funky. So if I disappear, hang tight, I'll be back. I'll be back as quick as I can be.
Okay. Right. I'm just making sure everybody can hear. Okay. Show of hands. Perfect. Okay. Just checking. I had a text to address it. So, all right, good. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, they got it fixed.
And you can hear me okay on your end?
Yes.
All right, so shall I screen share?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so let me go into presentation mode. So today we're here to talk about reset, because I think it's pretty obvious and fair to say unusual times call for unique beauty methods, and we've all stepped into very unusual times, and I'm just really excited to share with you just some ideas on how you can power up and create a sustainable beauty practice so you're able to do what you love to do, and that's create beauty and success no matter what the world throws at you. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Again, any questions you have, open book, and I'm excited to answer those at the end. So let's get started. I want to talk about today just chat about how to serve clients from near and far. I want to talk about how to best manage your time and your profitability. I think more than ever, we need to start looking at our time management as a business asset. And I'm not hearing that talked about in our industry, but it's a priority, and it will help you become more profitable as you step back into a new beauty norm. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I also want to talk about what a 2020 booked perfectly beauty practice looks like. I have been asked if I had a penny for every time I was asked, well, what's it going to look like? What's it going to look like? What's it going to look like? I probably wouldn't have to go back to the treatment room. I'd be a gazillionaire by now. So what I want to start with is just some, and gosh, this is happening on a global level right now, not just in the beauty industry. So this is really, it's something I saw about a week ago, and it's been sitting with me. You are being presented with two choices right now. You get to evolve or you get to repeat. Sometimes the evolve part is more uncomfortable than the repeat part, but it will take you to the next level of success. So we're going to talk about how you can evolve in your beauty practice today. Even though it seems like it's a time filled with such uncertainty, you have opportunity right now. There's a lot of opportunity right now. So I put this photo in here because here's our reality. The world suddenly, within what felt like a New York minute, became virtual. People were forced to conduct their business online. And I also put this picture here because don't we all wish we looked this elegant? With all of our online learning and everything that we've been doing, leopard shoes and a pretty pink couch. I know I haven't shown up like this, but I just really love the comfort and the reality of this photo. We have been forced to a world of online conducting a business. And I know for so many beauty practitioners, including myself, I literally shut down for like 3 days because I felt like everything that I love to do was suddenly stripped from me. But it hasn't been. And we're going to talk about how we can move forward and continue to create. So I just want to ask you a question. I would love for your feedback in the chat forum. Clients might be ready to come back, but are you? I really am curious. Are you ready to go back? It's a place, I know Sorella, I work closely with the girls here. And for me, non-judgmental space. I would love to know how you're feeling right now. And I'd love for you to be honest about it, because this is how we grow, heal, learn, and can project what our future looks like. So clients may be ready. I'm going to talk a little bit about this, what my predictions are. But are you? I'm curious, are you ready? So here's a statistic that I found from, hold on one second, Rebecca. Our pictures are taking up my,
oh, you can move the picture box.
Yeah, I just can't get my cursor on it. So that's okay. I'll kind of try to work around it. I can't see my slides. That's the only problem.
Oh no.
And I can't see my cursor to move the picture box around, but here we go. Okay, so I'll improvise, you guys, have patience here. So this is from Qatar. They are a data collection and insight collection group, and they really share statistics and consumer trends. So what they've said is during lockdown, people are really looking for plenty on the other side, but beauty therapy actually ranks very high up. Scanning through social media between the 24th and the 30th of March, it showed that beauty therapy was the #1 activity consumers are looking forward to once the coronavirus lockdown are lifted. I put, if you want to take a screenshot of this, I put the URL here so you can read this whole bit of insights on what's going to happen in our industry. And here's the thing. Beauty has always been a recession-proof industry, and it's looking to not fail us in that area again. So that's good news. That's something positive that I'm glad to share with you. This is what I know for sure. I have been doing a little bit of my own data collection and insight and market research type work. And here's what I know. And here's what I want to share with you. Don't forget, I am a working licensed esthetician. Clients love hearing from us. I've received more thank you replies to my marketing messages now more than ever. So for those of you who feel like email marketing has died, it has not. It is not. And your clients who have built these intimate relationships with you are more likely now than ever to open an email from you than from a big brand store. There's never been a better time to communicate with clients for small business owners. Clients are purchasing our recommendations. I've sold and shipped and watched my Beauty Biz Club members sell and ship literally thousands of dollars in retail products during this time, and many have done so without the hassle of even setting up an e-commerce store. And I will tell you, one of my Beauty Biz Club members, her numbers are up, I believe, $6,000 this month, this year, compared to last year at this time, just from selling retail. Clients really miss us. We are more than just creators of beauty. Many clients view us as confidants, as friends, as their healers, as their, and I put this in quotes, therapists. So what you need to do more than ever to continue to monetize and be able to practice beauty and to create success is you need to be compassionately communicating with your clients now more than ever. This builds connection, it builds loyalty, and it helps you remain profitable even when your treatment room doors are literally closed. Many clients are still working and not affected financially. So don't get caught up in spending somebody else's money, because people want to invest in your skill set. They want to invest in your offerings. And so many of my clients have personally reached out and said, how can I support your business? As a matter of fact, this just happened right as I joined this webinar. One of my clients I haven't seen in 3 years from Los Angeles. So if you are not providing them ways to care for their skin, their lashes, at home, then somebody else will. So don't be afraid of doing this because you feel salesy. Step forward in a place of service, coming from a place of service. Clients are longing to look and feel beautiful because when you look better, you feel better. That has been attached and proven over and over and over again. My clients have been responding to my emails and texts, practically begging me for products to use until they get back to their facial appointments. Clients cannot wait. Many clients cannot wait to get back to the treatment room. I really have this long list, about 3 weeks worth of clients waiting for me to call them as soon as I'm able to get back to work. Some begging me to go back to work illegally. And you can actually have this VIP list so you're booked perfectly when you step back into your practice. You just have to be brave enough to reach out in a sensitive manner. And really what I'm here to talk about today are ways to fill the gaps, whether you're in or outside of the treatment room. So just a little bit about myself, for those of you who don't know me. I feel like if you know who your teacher is, you can connect and learn at a deeper level. I am a licensed esthetician of 18 years. I have been a spa owner. I've been an independent contractor. I've been a renter. I've been an employee. I've been an employer. I have been a holding a lease and had estheticians rent from me. I have a top-rated podcast on iTunes called The Beauty Biz Show with Crete, and I have an online business academy where talented estheticians go to take their skill set and to use it as a professional and profitable business practitioner. And the reason I created that is because I knew it was missing when I stepped into this industry. And I set this up during the failing economy when all of my peers were telling me I was going to fail because I offered a luxury item. And I go, no, 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 no. If we are taught how to market, we are taught how to show up as professionals, we can excel even when times are scary. So history repeats itself. Here we are again. And these same methods that I used before, now they've advanced a little bit, including virtual facials and more powerful email marketing messages. I've learned from what has happened in the past. And I'm excited to have the Beauty Biz Club to share these modern business modalities outside of our treatment room, the modalities that are your foundation to success. I'm excited to share these with you. I'm still working in the treatment room. I now sold my spa in LA and I rent space in a Medi Spa here in the Palm Springs area. So for all of you who are wondering, and for all the times I've been asked, I have come up with some of my Beauty Biz comeback predictions. And I'm sure if you're a working practitioner or a spa owner, or if you have anything to do in the beauty industry, you're gonna go, all right, Lori, yes, I agree with you. The first type of client persona that we are going to see heading back, I'm calling them the heck yes. Like, I will be waiting at your door. I'll come in the second you open. I want one of everything. I can't wait to spend money in your spa and get services. Can't wait. The girls heading back, now don't forget, I have over 500 estheticians who are sharing with me what it looks like to go back. They're seeing a lot of this. But then there's suddenly starting to be hitting the peak and now having gaps in the schedule. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. So you're gonna get your heck yes. Then you're gonna get this poor gal in the middle that has suddenly turned into a 24/7 teacher, homeschool mom, one of my friends, Amy Armorell, she's a Sorella partner. She said now she runs Cafe Armorell. It's open 24/7. She's cooking for 3 teenage boys. So this person is just not going to have the flexibility to come in during your office hours. I got a solution for you. So hang tight. Then you're going to have the third persona. This person will be terrified of human touch for a very long time. They still want beauty rituals. They still want your advice. They still want you to share your knowledge. They still want to invest in your business, but they don't want you touching them. And then the fourth is, this guy is also holding a wallet. You have people who have a new budget, and this is a legit budget because they've been out of work, or this is a media induced budget where they're not going to spend money even if they have it. I witnessed both of these in the failing economy. I'm going to give you a solution to deal with all the marketing that needs to be done to still be of service to these people as we chat today. So your current priorities as beauty practitioners, beauty professionals, spa owners, spa managers is compassionate communication. Compassionate, and this is all leading to a virtual facial sale, if you're wondering where I'm going with this. But current priorities, compassionate communication, encourage your clients to engage back with you. And I've had so many people say, I just don't know what to say, Lori. Times are tough. I feel sad. I don't know what to say. So I'm going to give you a solution to that problem. And that is treatment room talk. I want you to reach out to people and to chat with them, having the same conversations you were having in the treatment room. And this can be done in a mass email. It just has to be done professionally. We've given about 25 letters inside the Beauty Biz Club on how to talk to your clients. And the gals returning say this is the #1 thing their clients are complimenting them on. It is allowing them to gain new clients during this shutdown. It is the way you communicate with people, because what do you want right now? What do you want right now? What do clients want right now? Something that feels familiar. They want connection. They want to know that you care about them, other than when you're they're just in your space spending money. The second thing you have to do, I talked about this before, start treating the things that need to be done in your business like business assets. This is when you'll take your business to 6 and 7 figures. Tackling your to-do list, reinventing yourself, branding, social media, perfect time for you to turn your shoulds into must. Within the last week, it's taken me 3 months of being on lockdown. I haven't worked since March 11th to tackle my to-do list. Just like 2 days ago, I said to Jay, I'm going to start scrubbing the grout and vacuuming my backyard, because I literally want to go back to work with everything being done. I've been tackling these things. So find a place to hold yourself accountable to that to-do list, because it's so easy to get caught up sitting on the couch watching the housewives. But your priorities really in your business assets can be cultivated and grown right now if you just start to tackle that to-do list and surround yourself with people who will motivate you to do so. Okay, think of yourself right now, current priority being of service. Thinking in an expansive manner, not the linear fashion that has become our norm. This time has proven that we don't have to be in our treatment room to be profitable, but you have to think outside of the normal treatment room box that we are so used to creating our success within. Current cash flow opportunities. Oh my goodness, haven't you as a small business owner always wanted to one-up Amazon? Guess what? This is your opportunity right now. So I'll tell you how I've expressed this to my clients, to get those clients who used to say to me, oh, I order on Amazon. They're now ordering from me. And I'll share some little clips and nuggets from my email marketing newsletters that will help you do the same, to let your clients know you got to meet them where they're at. People don't want to wait for stuff. They become instant gratification type animals out there. And we have the opportunity to be of service this way right now, faster than Amazon. I've seen gals and guys really flourish communicating with their clients via starting Facebook groups, doing online demos, and having these beauty ritual Q&A sessions. I've seen people boost their sales and their profitability with facial consultations, and I've seen people attract new clients by offering virtual offerings. As a matter of fact, I've been doing virtual facials personally because I'm from all over the place. I was a flight attendant. I've lived in Dallas. I've lived in Boston. I've lived in Vermont. I've lived in LA. And people see from my social posts, they go, well, would you help me, Lori? A perfect example of this is I just met a friend for dinner the other night, and she said, oh goodness, I was at my sister-in-law's this weekend. I want to gift her a virtual facial with you. I know she's going to love you. And boom, I got a new client as a gift. So this is opening up a whole new segment of my business, more expansive than it was before. But I suddenly thought, well, gosh, my mission is to help my beauty professionals. If you follow me at all, you know that is in my heart and really why I do what I do outside of the treatment room. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've never taught this before. What an awesome time. So I actually created a virtual facial certification for my practitioners. It is so robust and so thorough, and I'm excited to share some of that with you today. So here's a quote from one of the gals that took the certification. I need to brag to my fellow beauty biz peeps because I am in I can't see the word, it's under my thing. I'm in a great mood and so thankful. I did a virtual facial last week and she loved it so much. She now wants to have 4 of her friends do it with her. All 5 facials will be $620. Okay, this is 1 hour of your time. And then also this is a future forecasting type benefit to your business. These people will probably do it again. They will probably order products for you. I bet you when she's done with this, she has a $1,000 hour because she's going to sell products. So see what expansive thinking and going virtual can do. And we've been forced, as that slide when I first started, we've been forced into a virtual world. And people want comfort, they want connection, and they want to feel something familiar now. These virtual facials, if marketed the right way, are helping practitioners. I cried yesterday. One of my gals said she got assistance in Canada from the government and actually canceled it because she's been doing so well with all these unexpected sales. And you know what? She's 5 months pregnant and isn't going to be going back to work right now. So this is a way for her to have a sustainable business model, even though life has thrown her some great surprises and some not so great surprises. So I just want, sometimes proof is in the pudding, and a $1,000 hour is something to be proud of right now. Here's another awareness builder type thing that I've taken away that I would like to share with you. Just some thoughts to help you grow and evolve during this time. Right now, ask yourself, do you have a sustainable business model? And if not, this is the perfect time, place, and opportunity to create one. Do you have your client list? This is your top priority business asset. If I did not have a client list, I wouldn't have the business I have now. I wouldn't be doing virtual certifications. I wouldn't be compassionately communicating with my clients. I wouldn't have that VIP list set up so I can sprint back to that treatment room and not crawl back, right? 3 months is a long time not to have communication with somebody, and people will remember. People will remember how you communicated with them this time, or if you did not. Do you have your client list set up as a 6 or 7 figure business asset? If not, I'll tell you right now, get a platform like Schedulicity is offering free till August. They just announced again today. Start collecting potential client, current client information in there. And that is your portal to communicate with them. That is a business asset that is way more important than anything else you can embody and cultivate and nourish right now. Community is an essential component that contributes to your well-being and your success during these times, and will push you out of that comfort zone to start going virtual if you've been scared to do so. Because when you start to hear people like Megan having these amazing hour of profitability type sessions, it will motivate you and inspire you to do the same. Who we hang around with right now and where we're paying attention is your sanity and your success, as far as I'm concerned. So community is essential. And then I loved this. I heard it online. This is why I put the little boat here. We are all in this storm together. We're all in it together, but we all have a different boat. And it goes back to my predictions. You can hit no matter what boat people are in as far as client personas returning back to us when we get back to work, if you expand your offerings. So comeback suggestions, sanitation and certifications, and that protective gear, big priority for you right now. Get your ducks in a row, get yourself set up so you can head back with confidence for yourself and for your clients. I just interviewed Dr. Eris. She has a doctorate in psychology, and she said you need to be doing these things to give your clients emotional confidence to come back into your treatment room. So I suggest a lot of these are out there. I'll show you the one that I took in just a second. VIP list. Here's your VIP list. You send an email out, you say, hey, get back to me if you'd like to be on my callback list. And if people write back to you, I'm not ready, then say, I have a virtual offering for you. So that's how you start to seed without being salesy, that you're taking your business back to the treatment room, but also you have these virtual offerings for people who may be scared. Start to meet them where they're at marketing list. This is what I'm talking about. When people reply to you, they've started a conversation for you to market to them. So what I'm doing now is just gathering ideas. Okay, how am I going to go back? I'm going to offer anyone who wants to come in for my most expensive facial a free hand lotion. Because I know everyone's washing their hands and their hands are dry. When you connect with somebody and they go, oh my gosh, yes, Lori gets what I'm feeling right now, it makes them want to invest spending time with you more. It's the way our human brains work. When somebody says, I'm scared to come back, and you say, oh, I understand, but I miss you so much. I'd love to spend an hour with you online. I can send you a facial kit. They start to look at this as and you care, not you're trying to sell to them. So here's a thing that I've heard, this is our reality for many people. The girls going back are having an immediate rush in the beginning, and then the peak is declining. So you need to go virtual if you want to fill in gaps and offer convenience. I've been telling the story, it's a little bit personal, but whatever, I'm usually an open book. I dated somebody before Jay, before I ever met Jay, my current significant other, and I actually liked his mother more than him because she was a brilliant businesswoman. And I'll never forget, we were sitting at the Thanksgiving table, and she was a multimillionaire. And she was so open to mentor and to share how she became so successful. And I remember saying, well, how did you make millions of dollars at home in your pajamas? And she said, I made my clients' life convenient. So offering these virtual facials make life convenient. Convenient offerings sell. They sell. Think about it. We want instant gratification. We want convenience now. So it's a win-win for everybody involved. Here's a certification that I took. I'm going to use this on social media as I go back. Most of my clients, because of my email newsletters, have said, hey, Lori, I feel safe. But some have said, can I do a virtual facial? Most of my virtual facials have actually been 2, 3, 4 people at a time. So I am monetizing just as much, if not more, from these virtual offerings than I have been. But I also am doing stuff like this to let everybody know I care about their safety, and I am showing up again as a professional. So comeback suggestions: follow the government rules and regulations. Create repeatable systems for your business, okay? And what do I mean is people are scared to go back. Many estheticians are feeling weird about going back. I'll talk about that in a second. This is why you should be offering these virtual facials. And again, inside the Beauty Biz Club, I have literally mapped this out for you with a 25-page document, a quiz, a certification to share on social media, and you get to see me doing a virtual facial on a client, a video training. So it's 4 parts. It is robust. You get all the marketing letters to send out. You get all of the social media suggestions to use. We made it so easy for you guys. So talk about creating convenient, repeatable systems for your business. I have one inside the Beauty Biz Club for you guys. But as you go back to work, or as you're doing your virtual offerings, pay attention to what parts of these work, and you put that on enhancement repeat, I call it. And then you delete the things that didn't feel so good, maybe to you or to your client. And one thing I will say about doing virtual facials, and maybe Rebecca can talk about this in a little bit, is stay within your scope of practice. Do not send out stuff that you need a professional license to apply to a face. People just want to feel good. They want their skin to feel good. Stay within the scope of your practice. And I've only personally been sending out stuff they could purchase retail if they wanted to. It's more about meeting people online and giving them a break and giving them some love and giving them some connection and making their skin glow. And we can do that with retail-based products. So create your systems. When something works, create a system. This is how you will get into your new norm with being comfortable and with confidence. And then you guys, I want you to just take a deep breath right now. You're going to have all the feels. All you can do is do your very best right now. And that goes with going online, taking your business and creating another segment of your business, and returning to what used to be your normal daily routine. Do your best. And use your inner wisdom, because here's the truth right now. There's a lot of conflicting information out there. One day we're saying, people are saying, you can do this, you shouldn't do this, you should wear this, you can't do that. Just use your inner wisdom, because you're all smart, you're talented, and you have a really good skill set and knowledge base to pull from. So use your inner wisdom. Here's my client communication nuggets that I want to share with you. These are little pieces. I teach something inside the club called the Fortune Flow Formula. It's where you take a bit of content and you reuse it everywhere to save yourself time and to really get your message out there with a lot of different feelers. So it's normal to indulge in sweets and wine during these stressful times. I'm giving you permission. Heck, I'd join you if I could. If you do partake in any emotional eating, here's a beauty hack. Put your eye cream in the fridge. Not only will it feel great, but you'll also say goodbye to puffy eyes. So this is what I'm talking about. Share the same way you do in the treatment room. Do you have any idea how many eye creams I sold? Clients reaching out to me, DM, replying to my email. Create engagement by meeting where they're at, meeting them where they're at, and having the same conversations that you did in the treatment room. This will enhance your profitability and you being of service right now. I end every email right now with those fun chats we have in the treatment room don't have to end because we're social distancing. I know how stress can make us look and feel. Please reach out and let me know how I can support you. I'm serious, reach out anytime. Okay, so this one sentence has brought so much joy into my crazy world. I have had people offer me bottles of wine. I have had people offer me toilet paper. I have had my clients tell me how they connected with their birth mother. I had one gal in the Beauty Biz Club who sent this out. She had an 80-year-old client saying, if you're really serious, I think I'm sick. Would you be willing to leave groceries at my door and I'll cut you a check? Talk about being of service right now. I personally myself have a commitment to me that I will do 2 good deeds a day. And I'll tell you, the other night, my friend texted me and said, what can a guy use as a good facial mask right now? A DIY, like do it yourself. I put together a virtual facial full of Sorella stuff and I delivered it as a surprise to his front door. He bought my sister's house, so I know where he lives. And he has sent me the most beautiful text and going, hey, this is amazing. I may not look any younger, but gosh, do I feel good. So engage your clients to reply to you. This creates a long-term loyalty, and doesn't long-term loyalty create success? It'll also sell some virtual facials for you. Okay, so did I go? Okay, if your skin is starting to show the signs of stress, this is a marketing technique called a stick strategy and seeding. I have a stash of products at home, including blah, blah, blah. I'm happy to ship to you or deliver to your doorstep if possible. I think I might be faster than Amazon. So circling back to that. And this triggered a ton of retail sales, you guys. Okay, now it's your turn. Let me know if you have another good book, recommendation, or a fun shelter in place. I taught all my clients how to make an estatini, which is my signature cocktail that we make at home. And then I got a ton of people replying to me. I would love to hear from you. I'm serious. I miss you guys. All of these things trigger not only retail sales, but virtual consultations in a very, very being of service way. P.S. Not feeling 100% comfortable in returning, but still want fresh looking skin. We understand and have got you covered. Virtual facials are a perfect option. So this is how I've been communicating with my clients. It's how I've remained profitable during my downtime. And it's how I've been feeding my beauty biz soul by still connecting with clients, even though I can't be hands-on right now. So I want to talk just a little bit about the 5 M's of virtual facial offerings. Map out your offerings. Have a map, a plan of action, because when you have that system that you can repeat over and over and over again, you will feel more confident marketing this and creating exposures for your new offerings. Market your virtual facial offerings. Use the Fortune Flow formula that I talked about. Create a newsletter, pull chunks of it out, use it on social media. Even in the Beauty Biz Club, you guys, I've tried to make this lockdown so easy for you. We've given you virtual scripts where you plug in the words to use from your Fortune Flow formula to sell your virtual facials and your product kits. So market them and master your craft. Know that showing up, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I did the virtual facial that I recorded to share inside the Beauty Biz Club, I felt nervous before. I felt nervous because I never taught it. And you have to know that you have to step out of that comfort zone and step into the process of a learning curve. And then you master a craft. So for those of you going, well, I don't feel comfortable, I don't know what to say, you got to start somewhere to master a craft. And it involves stepping out of your comfort zone and then also powering through that struggle part of the learning curve. Magnify. Okay, this is what one of the gals just did. You can magnify these offerings by having your clients invite their friends and having these $1,000 hours. Or you can enhance it and magnify the appointment by adding on retail. I'd say about 90% of my virtual facials have also resulted in me sending products to their home after we've had the facial. They ask questions. Well, they have their mask on in the virtual facial. Maybe this should be the 6M of my virtual facial offerings. While their mask is on, say, this is a perfect opportunity. Do you have any questions about the products we've used today? Boom, sale. They want to feel good, especially with Sorella's products. They smell good, they feel good, they're pretty. It's an easy sell. It's an easy boost to your profitability and to magnify the abundance that surrounds virtual facials. And then monetize. Monetize, like I just said, you can sell more products, you can get them and getting their friends involved. You can do groups, you can do birthday parties. Right now, people are having to run off and elope. You can do bridal parties. There's so much opportunity. And really, as you go back, some of you are going to find that you have gaps to fill. You can monetize your whole beauty biz world by going at least a part of your business, making it a virtual offering. So here is, you can take a photo of this. This is part of my fortune flow formula that I love to teach. This is what I put on my my online scheduling. And this is what I've done videos about. And this is just one of 25 pages of information we give you inside the Beauty Biz Club to start to offer virtual facials right away. So go ahead and take a picture. I will also share with you during Mother's Day, and graduations are coming up, wedding time is coming up. I literally sold these all over the country. I had no idea how people were finding me. I think it's Schedulicity offers so many links that it was amazing. And 80% of people actually bought the deluxe facial kit. So don't be afraid to charge for your time. Sometimes the higher the price point, the more value people see in it. Not everybody is shopping for a deal. Some people want value and quality. So make sure you have 2 price points, a deluxe and just the virtual. So this is another testimonial. My first virtual facial was a success. This is somebody who was scared to do them. And then she sold an additional $200 worth of product. So $300, $350 an hour is not bad for an industry that's used to having to have their hands-on faces literally to make money. I wanted to just, as we wind down with my share today, I want you to think about this. I was a flight attendant before I became an esthetician, and I will tell you that jet lag is a real thing. Jet lag occurs when you are off your normal patterns, when you eat differently, maybe you've had too much fun with cocktails and food, when you're not sleeping the same. Jet lag is a real thing. So the other day I went to the grocery store and then I had to drive to my spa to pick some stuff up, and I was disoriented. I felt off because I was so out of my normal routine, and it came to me, I go, oh my God, this feels like I used to feel when I had a hard 3-day trip as an esthetician. So, I mean, as a flight attendant. So you can expect to literally have lockdown lag. That's what I've coined the term. Lockdown lag. You're going to feel off. You're going to feel disoriented. You are going to feel scared. And I want you to know that all of those feelings are okay. And how do you get over it? You nourish yourself. I just brought Dr. Eris in to teach in the Beauty Biz Club. I turned it into a podcast. It was so powerful, talking about mental awareness right now and what we are going to have to handle going back, because you can't forget your clients are going to have come out of lockdown lag as well. And that's a lot for us to handle. So be kind to yourself. Dr. Eris said, good food equals good mood. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're drinking water. Don't book yourself crazy. Have your client boundaries in place. It's a priority now more than ever. And be good to yourself. Again, inner wisdom, be kind to yourself. I also want to talk about one more thing that I'm seeing happen. I don't want us to become a diversified industry, because some people are going back to work and that's irritating some people, and some people are staying home and that's irritating people. What I would love for you to do is just be supportive for us to all be supportive of each other and know there are so many different ways to be successful in this industry. And what I do want to share with you is something I heard a famous, I really indulged in some self-care as far as learning. And one of the gentlemen who taught the class was a pitcher for a very famous baseball team for a long time. And he said he knew when he was going to have a good game and he knew when he was going to have a bad game. And here's how. He said when he was standing on the pitcher mound, he would, if he could hear the crowd, he knew it was a bad game because he wasn't focusing. If he could not hear the crowd, he was so focused on his craft and his game, then he knew he was going to have a good game. So yes, the grass may look greener on the other side, but that's only if your landscaper is not doing a good job. Who's your landscaper? You are. So focus on your business, focus on reinventing yourself, focus on staying healthy and sane right now. Pay attention to your grass and it will make this whole comeback thing so much easier for you. And here's how I always love to end for the last few months, how I'd love to end my share, my offerings is take a screenshot of this, make it your success mantra, believe in it. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. I have never been more proud to be an esthetician because I watched an entire industry be stripped of their job overnight and find amazing ways to power up, stay strong, and to use this time as a benefit and a gift. And to me, for a profession that hasn't always been looked at as serious career-driven peeps, we've done a great job of showing people that we mean business and we're still going to show up. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be in this industry. I thank you so much for having me here today. And if you guys want to join the Beauty Biz Club, I would love to have you in there. We are in there every day, myself, my team. It is one of the most kind, compassionate, and resourceful groups that I've ever been part of. Proud of the people. Even if you join just for a month, if you go to Beauty Biz Club, it's the year long. Of course, if you join for the year, I love to reward people that are brave enough to invest in their success. But I also know people are on a budget right now, so scroll to the bottom. Even if you sign up monthly, you do gain immediate access to so much. But while we're here today, you gain access immediately to the virtual facial certification that has helped so many people in the industry. It's one of the things I'm the most proud of that I've created ever, not just during this time, ever, for you guys to help you right now and to help you forever because the world has changed. So thank you so much. And I'm excited for any questions if you guys have any. And I'll stop this share, Rebecca.
Okay.
Oh my God, can I tell everyone a funny story?
Yes, please.
I have to tell you that I was calling Rebecca and I have her in my phone as Rebecca Sorella because she was my rep for a long time. And I was in the treatment room and I was in a hurry and I was getting ready to use this Sorella peel. And I called her quickly and I looked down at the phone. I'm like, that doesn't sound like her. I called Rebecca Stamos, who used to be my client, the supermodel, and started rambling on her voicemail about giving a peel and I needed help. And she probably thinks I've lost my mind, but it just made me giggle that I called a famous supermodel asking how to do a chemical peel. And I meant to call Rebecca from Sorella.
I can't wait to get the call of what questions you would ask a famous supermodel. I'll have to start working on my response for that.
Yeah, I don't know why. Every time I think about it, I giggle, and my client could probably hear me laughing outside the treatment room, like, Lori's lost her mind. I wonder what she's doing.
I think that we've all, during this time have struggled with something technical. Not that was a struggle, that's a funny story, but I can go back and watch some of the Zooms I did in the very beginning, and I'm pretty comfortable in front of the camera. I'm more comfortable in front of people, and I think you can speak for it too, being an esthetician. Like, I'm more comfortable being with one person and sharing that. And so I think we could probably compile a whole book of funny stories that maybe happened while we're trying to figure out this whole digital world. I laugh. I still have an aunt who, she'll call me on FaceTime, but all I'll see is her ear and she hasn't figured out FaceTime, that she has to hold it up here. So she still makes calls, and I laugh when it comes in. It's a FaceTime. It's just her talking this way. So it's been fun to kind of hear and see how everybody has adjusted and had to get used to the, whether it's Zoom or doing everything virtually, like you said. And I love that you talked about that even you felt uncomfortable when you first went to go teach it. And I think that that's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable the first time we had a Zoom that was maxing out at 1,000 attendees. And I think that we all can speak for that there's just an adjustment that you need to make, and that everybody is really forgiving and understands that you're making that adjustment during this time. So we can all kind of speak to that.
Yeah. You know, that podcast that's coming out next week, I think, with Dr. Era, she was on the show, the Bravo show, LA Shrinks. She's a powerhouse woman. She's on TV all the time, and she has such a heart for beauty practitioners right now. She said the first person she actually called when this happened was her hairdresser to make sure she was going to be okay. And, you know, she said, you got to give yourself and everybody else slack. And I just talked to her last week, and she said, Laura, you're a strong woman, and you have to show that you're vulnerable every now and then, because that's when people will start reaching out to you for help. And after I had that conversation with her, I literally cried that night. So everybody feels different. We're having all the feels, and it's so powerful when we can support each other and not judge each other. And gosh, like I said, with everything happening in the world right now, any way I can be of service to any of you guys listening here, let me know, and I will do my very best, for sure. There's a lot going on.
Same. I wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit. That transition that we all made coming into COVID, where, you know, we all had to be a little bit more patient. We were showing compassion for not just our industry, but, you know, people all over the world who are going through something that they don't know how to navigate through. And then being really understanding of other people. Like you said, some people are ready to go back to work. Some people are hesitating, and then like having the understanding that that's their decision to make. And also that the understanding that those are their personal feelings, and we can't project, and nor would we want to be projected to on that, but just that be supportive. And then flexibility, you know, we've all had to pivot and adjust to either how we're going to operate our business, or how we're going to keep in contact with our clients, or little thing, how do we go to the grocery store? How do we run our errands? And I want to remind everybody to take those same things that you had to learn going into this to come back out of it, because it's going to look different for everybody. So remembering to be patient, whether it's with your clients while they're adjusting and figuring it out, having compassion for those people, understanding and flexibility, use every tool that we were able to enhance during this time, and remember it to carry forward to, you know, we've all kind of coined it the new normal. It's going to be an adjustment for everybody. So just keeping that in mind when we're moving back into how things operate. All of us here at Sorella, yesterday is our first day back at the office full time. I've been in and out doing these recordings, but I love what you said. Did you call it lockdown lag?
Yeah, and it really, from being a flight attendant, I thought I'm driving to my spot just to pick up products, and I felt disoriented, and I felt a little nervous and anxiety ridden. And I go, well, this is very similar to how I felt when I get home from a 3-day trip, where I was up at 6 a.m. one morning and up till 3 a.m. the next morning. So lockdown lag, you're going to be kind to yourself. I want to give everybody permission right now to make mistakes, because you're going to, and that's part of being human, right? We all do. Just do your very best.
I was talking to a couple of girls in the office. I got home from work yesterday, and like, we've been working this whole time. We were fortunate. We were working, it just looked differently. We were working it from home, and I got home and I think I fell asleep at like 6:30 at night. And I didn't mean to fall asleep. It was a nap that turned into waking up at 1 in the morning and doing my whole routine before going to bed. I talked to Emily, who's your rep now, and she did the same thing. She went to bed, like, I think there was a different energy that we're producing, all being in the same place, and we're not even seeing clients. So I agree with Lori. You know, be gentle on yourself and take that time. And it's okay to not want to jump back into being, you know, everybody's perfect looks different for being booked, but take care of yourself, because it's that's how we take care of other people.
I just think that these are conversations we need to have right now. So anything you guys want to ask me, I'm an open book. Again, remember, I'm a working esthetician. I'm also surrounded by 500 estheticians. Every day I'm in that club answering questions. So I feel like I do have some insights. And of course, anything about the virtual facials. We've been doing them now from that certification for several months. I can give you my experience from doing them for 7 years, or people who are just starting with them. So
I'd love to point out, I know that like I've heard from our end, from Sorella's ends with partners, some people were a little hesitant about like drop shipping products or the facial kits when they first came out. They had a lot of questions, which then turned into virtual facials, which is amazing. And one little thing I just like to point out is never underestimate your knowledge. And these little tips that you think are, you know, like, okay, we're going to exfoliate and then we're going to take time to do a mask. You do this every day as an esthetician. Don't underestimate that knowledge being something that's really valuable to your client at home. So you have the knowledge, you're the professional, and don't hesitate to share that, because I think that's been the biggest feedback, even from an educator is, and Lori, maybe you can speak to this too. Sometimes we get on here and I'm like, is anybody really going to take that value? Like, I just assume that maybe other estheticians have this information, or sometimes we assume our clients have this information, but don't ever underestimate the power of sharing.
Let me tell you, I don't ever feel that way. I'm very, very confident in my ability and skill set to connect with clients and to be of service and share my expertise and knowledge, because I've invested a lot in it, right? And that's part of it. It is showing up and being confident. But here's what my clients seem to enjoy the most. I have these little goddess cards that I pull. I put a tea bag in their virtual facial kit. I teach them how to do lymphatic drainage and to use a cold roller if they buy the deluxe kit. It's these little things that they go, I'll get a message a week later, oh my gosh, my neck looks so good just from you teaching me those little massage moves, or that was so fun, thanks for sharing that goddess card with me. So it's not, I mean, and teaching somebody how to wash their face and release their fascia, these are all things that are never going to take away from your treatment room when people get to come back, but are going to make your people really, it positions you as an expert. So take your knowledge, even if it feels like a little nugget, like Rebecca said, and use it, because people will appreciate it now. I think we've all become more appreciative of the little things in life. I stood outside today and I counted, there were 10 butterflies flying around me. And I just stood there counting them. It's like, we're starting to appreciate these things that we never took the time for before. And I know, I want you to show me the kits. And I do know we have a bunch of people asking me questions that I want to answer about how I'm going to go back to work too. But will you just show me the kits quickly? I ordered some, but I don't have them in yet, and I want to see them.
I know, for everybody out there who's waiting for the kits, we had such a great response with these. So we're just working on filling those orders. But this is the kit. There's 4 kits. We have a clear skin kit that has orangey jelly, spiced wine, facial in a bottle, daily greens. I also am loving that just for summer when you start to think of the products that are in there. And every kit comes with 4 products, and every kit retails for $88. So it doesn't matter what the kit, it's the same price all around. We also have our maintenance kit. So I love this. It's a great starter kit. It has orangey jelly, watermelon mint, palm acai, so everybody can benefit from it, vitamin C serum, blueberry milk moisturizer. We have our healthy aging kit, apricot mango, watermelon mint, main squeeze hydrating serum, and the balm. And then we have a lightening and brightening kit, which Lori, I think this will probably be, I know you love that lemon lightening serum, but apricot mango, mint poppy seed polish, lemon lightening, and blueberry milk. So there's 4, and we kept them coined maintenance, clear skin, brightening, and healthy aging, but really they're versatile in so many ways. So you can kind of get an idea. You could easily add a mask, and a more intensive exfoliation, and they could have the full facial kit, and then they have their maintenance products that can continue for, a week to 2, depending on how heavy the usage is.
I take those because I've been using just the kits I got at Christmas that I didn't sell, and I've been putting little tea bags in there. I have organic gummy bears. Like, you can make people so excited when they open them up. And yes. That one you just showed me is every desert person's dream. I like the lemon lightning and the mint poppy. Those are my 2 favorite products.
Yes. And we've had a lot of people, excited for that. And that's why they were so excited for today, is how else do we utilize these besides just travel kits? And it was kind of the perfect solution for this time.
You've made my life easier. Again, it goes back to convenience. When nobody would tell me what you guys were doing, it was so secret. I'm like, okay, if I want something for a virtual facial, should I hold off on my order until next week? And Emily was like, yes, you should.
Yes.
So
yeah.
they're on the way. I've already sold a ton of them. And you're right, they're perfect birthday gifts for those VIP clients to seed a future sale of a full-size product. They're great for virtual facials. They're great for when your clients travel. I'm excited for them. So
yeah, I am too. I've been, we've known about them for a while, obviously, but you just never know what's going to happen. And we did kind of push it a little bit sooner because we felt that it would be beneficial for everybody at this time once we kind of saw what was going on. So we're very excited. They'll be out soon. And do you want to start addressing the question?
Yeah. Okay. There's a few questions that I've been asked over and over and over again that I think will be so helpful if I answer. Do what is right for you, I am saying, but people are asking me, what PPE? I have gloves. I've always worn gloves in my treatment, except for when I do my gua sha in the very beginning. And I work in a doctor's office. So I also just went to an eye specialist. Nobody had gloves on in there. I may start my facials, crucify me if you want to, without gloves to do the gua sha, wash my hands, put my gloves on, and do the rest of the facial. I will be wearing a face mask. I am not quite sure about goggles. I don't do a lot of extractions. Most of my facials are either microcurrent or hydrofacial, so I'm not even really over their head all that much. As far as blankets, no, I am going to, right now more than ever, you need to be communicating. I would pick up the phone and call each client. I'm going to tell them, I am not going to have a blanket on the bed for now, so dress appropriately, like depending on your temperature gauge is how I would word it. But I also have a jade heated mat that has a protective covering that I can sanitize between clients. So there will be a little bit of heat underneath the bed. So that's an idea on how to do that. I don't think I'm going to wear goggles. If I'm required by the state to wear a shield, I probably will. Now you have to remember, Jay is an RN, my sister is an RN, I work for a doctor, and I'm doing what is right for me based on the information that I personally have gathered.
Right.
So,
Well, you said it's a judgment-free zone. Like every esthetician, I think some people are genuinely asking questions because they just need to hear it, like what other people are doing. But like Lori said, you have to do what's going to be right for you in your space and go from there.
I have another question that I'd like to address. I don't see anybody asking it, but I know somebody's going to think about it after because I've been asked this probably 50 times. I wish I would have kept track of how many webinars I've taught because I feel like I need a plaque on my wall at this point. So another question is, should I raise my prices? And I will be honest with you, the gloves that I wear went from $10 to $34 a box.
Yes.
Should you raise your prices to cover this? Okay, here's my take on it. Inside the Beauty Biz Club, March, I did something called Price It Perfectly. I did this based on the foundational concepts of pricing yourself perfectly. They have been proven by gurus in that space of a brand and a marketing concept. So that is in the Beauty Biz Club. I see a lot of members here. You need to take that training. It got overlooked because of the crazy chaos that erupted during that time. But should you raise your prices? If your prices were not so great before, yes. If your prices were okay, then this is just a cost of doing business for a little while. But here's what I would not do. I would not come out of the gate saying, I had to raise my prices because I need more stuff for you guys. Because your clients should not feel that energy. They shouldn't feel that responsibility. They want to come back and spend money with you. You have to welcome them in an inviting way. So what I would do, and this is what I've been encouraging people to do inside the club, is a modern menu overhaul. Change your menu, make it easier to navigate, and raise your prices there, and then share with your clients. I've spent this time thinking of you and your results. This is my new menu. I cannot wait to be of service for you. Don't come out of the gate saying, I had to raise my prices because I got to wear gloves for you, gosh darn it, right? Like, just keep the energy really positive and encouraging and welcoming.
I agree. Someone asked, I can answer this one, about how long do the mini kits last if you use 2 times a day? Jennifer, that's a great question. It really, I wish I could give you like a solid answer, like, oh, 7 days. I would say at least a week, but it's really going to depend on the usage. So some people's faces are a little bit larger. Some people have a heavier hand when using the products. To give you an idea, the cleanser is 2 ounces, the toner is 1 ounce, the serum is 1/4 of an ounce, and then the moisturizers are 1/2 ounce. So that gives you a little bit of an idea. I would say if they were using them generously, that at least a week. And then if they were kind of using them how you would normally use products, I'd say you're between a week or 2 weeks. And not every product is going to run out at the same time.
Then if your husband gets their hands on them, you got about 2 uses because they overuse all of our products.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Perfect. That's why I always like to say, you know, it really depends on the usage. Keep them away from the significant others. Okay. I think I accidentally answered one of the wrong questions, or let me see, I marked it answered. Okay, yeah, I just got asked twice. Got it. I saw somebody asking about the what's happening on Instagram today for Blackout Tuesday and whether they should post. And again, this is a judgment-free zone. It really is up to you and what you want to decide to do for your business. Again, like I said, it's everybody's operating differently and processing things differently at this time. So that would really be your call on that. And someone asked how to access this recording. You can just write hello@Sorella Apothecary. I'll also be sending the link for the Beauty Biz Club. Lori, you will have the link for anybody to be able to download this and watch it again later. Or, you know, you can write hello@Sorella. It takes a little while for it to download, but I'll send you the link. It's a downloadable link, and we'll keep that available.
Oh, I can put it, if you guys don't care, I'll put it in the Beauty Biz Club too, like in our library in there.
Absolutely, yeah, and we'll have it on our end as well, but the link that we send out, just so everybody knows, download it, because that link will eventually expire. We'll probably keep that one up for 2 weeks, but the download won't expire. So just download it when you get it, reach out to either one of us and we can make sure that you have that. And then that Logan asked about the reposting the template or the letter. And so you can get that in that recording and take a screenshot. Someone asked where you purchased that heated mat, Lori.
Oh, you know what? I can, hold on, give you a link for that because I have a discount on it. If that's okay, I will.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, you guys. Just entertain them, Rebecca, while
Okay.
I find that.
Let's see, I haven't learned to juggle yet during this time, but somebody, I can keep answering questions. Rebecca, do you know when the kits will ship? We're hoping to get those all out by the end of this week. Let's see, entertain. Let's see, lots of familiar faces on here. I wanted to thank everybody. You know, I know you took time today, but I thank everybody who takes the time to attend. It's just another great way that we all support each other in this industry, sharing relative information and showing up for one another.
Okay, so you're off the hook. Here's the code for 10% off and free shipping, and trust me, you're going to want it because these things weigh a lot. And it doesn't seem to be posting. I swear, my business manager laughs all the time. She's like, I've never seen anyone mess up technology like you, Lori. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so, there it's in the chat.
And then this is and I have the medium chakra mat. Another incredible social media tool. You put this on there, and I had people driving out from LA for facials with me. So
great.
There you go.
I'm just making sure I haven't missed any questions. Jennifer asked a question that she read. She'll not be able to touch above the neck in California. Any suggestions on how to deal with that aspect? And I feel like your virtual facials are the suggestion for that.
Yeah, and people say, well, my clients don't want virtual facials. Here's the thing. This is why you have to be consistently marketing, because you don't know how one person feels today and if they may change their mind tomorrow. But if you keep showing up and offering movies that you've watched or books that you've read, and then sprinkling a little bit of your virtual offerings in there. And here's the thing too, things are changing rapidly. So we could in California right now, it seems like there's no end to being on lockdown in sight, but that could change really quickly too. So it will not be forever that you're not allowed to touch above the neck. And this too shall pass. I know it feels like I may be pulling your leg over here, but it will pass. And until then, I say market your virtual offerings, because I guarantee you, if you are not, your clients are going on Amazon or they're purchasing from somebody, some type of skincare that's showing up in their email inbox.
Yes. Someone said they couldn't see it, but we'll be sure either reach out to Lori or myself, and I'll make sure to be able to share this link.
Kendra, it's in the Beauty Biz Club under resources, the code and the link for the mat, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But if you scroll back up, it's in there now. It says to all panelists at 12:04. So just scroll back up a little bit and you'll see it, I think.
And then Kendra so is she Beauty Biz member, Kendra, then?
She is. Okay. She's a very active Beauty Biz member.
Good. She's asking how to order kits, and I don't know for sure if Kendra is the Sorella. I'm out of the sales part of Sorella now, so the kits you can either purchase through Lori, or if you're a Sorella partner, we have the kits as well, and they're also available online.
Sarah's asking, do you go into more detail? I actually do a facial inside where you get to watch me. There's a 26-page download on the forms you need, the disclaimers, the protocols, how to set them up, how to reach out to your client, how to do an online intake. I don't go into a ton of what products that I'm using in the virtual facial, but I can tell you right now, I use Sorella in a lot of them. And then also there's a very, very active chat forum off Facebook. So you don't even have to be on Facebook to interact with other estheticians. And there's also a very active Facebook group where I myself check in there usually twice a day. My team does, and the other members do, and people will help you get these kits up. There's pictures of them all over there like that. So open book. Here's the problem that I had as an esthetician. I felt like I would invest so much money into, and not Sorella, of course, because you guys are awesome to me, to product lines, to pieces of equipment, and I would invest and be left. So part of why I created the Beauty Biz Club is when you invest to work with me, you are never going to feel left. I'm in there supporting everything that you need help with that I possibly can. And I have a very robust Rolodex of people. If I don't know the answer, usually I know somebody who does. So yes, we can help you with your kits for sure inside there.
Yes. Joanne, do you offer samples for those interested in becoming a partner? Thank you. Yes, Joanne, just reach out to hello@Sorella Apothecary and let them know that you attended the webinar today and where your business is, and they'll put you in contact with the right sales rep. And Lori can probably speak to this. Our team here is very genuine. We're literally here to share information. And then, we have the sample kits for you to try. But they can talk you through all of that, or you can get on Sorella's website, and up in the left it says become a partner, and there'll be a quick few questions that you can answer, and then that will get forwarded to the appropriate rep. They can go over your options. We've got a couple different sample kits for you to try.
One thing that Sorella opened my mind to, and I've been an esthetician for 16 years when I started using Sorella, was how I didn't know how having something pretty on your shelf, how it helps sell. Like, not only are your products pretty, they're powerful, they work, but oh my gosh, once I started putting those pretty bottles up, everybody's like, wait, what's that? And the best thing you can do to sell is to get a client to ask you a question like that, right? Where you don't have to be the one forcing something, but they're asking you for information.
Well, and that was something because Sorella was created by two sister-in-laws. Emily is a licensed esthetician, and Danielle, her background was in marketing, branding, journalism. And, you know, Emily wanted something that worked. Obviously, she's the esthetician. She wanted the instant results. Danielle's a product junkie, and she wanted that too. But what she felt like was lacking when they would attend shows when they were in the process of developing Sorella was that shelf appeal. And it's the difference when you walk into a department store, and a lot of time, and I'm not here to bag any other products, but a lot of times something's really pretty on the outside and doesn't do much for you on the inside, but you're paying professional prices for it. So I love that they kind of bridge that gap, because you're right. A lot of people need that visual to be attracted to something, and then they get the results from it. So it keeps them coming back.
Well, it's like the killer find when you find a pair of gorgeous shoes that are actually comfortable. That's what Sorella is, right? It's gorgeous and it works.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to cover all bases. And plus, with Emily being a business owner as well, outside of Sorella, she had her day spa. So many times you're investing so much in making things look good on the shelves, whether it's the type of shelving or the placards and everything that you need to put up. And so we really kind of just wanted you to be able to put it on your shelves and hit the ground running.
Okay, any more questions? Any more, you guys? We're here.
Do you have any suggestion, Lori, a good resource or recommendation for sample jars?
Yeah, I've been getting, well, if you go to Lori_beautybiz on Instagram, you can see, I have a store, an Amazon store. I list all the ones that I've gotten for my virtual facial kits there, and you get them fast. Like they're here in 2 days. I think they're all under like $12. Now, I don't know if the price has increased because of the supply and demand and economics of it.
Right.
But if you go Lori_beautybiz and you go to the bio in my Instagram, you'll see a link, and I post all the ones that I use in the Amazon store.
Okay, great. Let's see, someone's still saying they can't get the link, but I wrote the link down, and Lori, if you could just maybe text it to me when we're done, and that way, if they're not reaching out to you and they're reaching out here, that we have that link for your.
Let me try to post it again too, and see if, did that show up? I just posted it.
I can see it. So we posted it, Jennifer, Elaine, we went and posted it over in the chat again. Lori and I actually can't. Lori, if you pull up the Q&A, does it give you the option to type an answer under Elaine?
Oh, I didn't even know this. I didn't see this. Let me see.
Okay.
Yep. Let me see if I can shoot. It's in the chat, not the Q&A. So you guys click on chat on the bottom. Maybe that's where.
Let's see. I'll try to, but if not, we'll make sure you get it. Just reach out and we'll get that for you.
Daniela, I'm seeing your questions now. Are there any suggestions on what to wear when we start back up in the reference? You know, here's what I like. Noella's Mar uniforms. I think it's what all you guys wear at Sorella too, right?
Yeah, I've got it on today, actually.
You can literally take a Lysol wipe and wipe the front of that down.
Yeah.
It's not that absorby cotton. It's a really comfortable, stretchy. I don't even know what Noelle uses, but she also has masks that she's selling now. Okay, let me put it in here for you, Joanne. Are you getting them when I do it this way? I've never, all the Zoom, like I said, I don't deserve my plaque yet because I didn't even know there was a Q&A part.
You guys learned something new today.
What is the machine you're using in my room? Are you talking about my, this is actually my house. This is how much I love the beauty industry. I have one whole room, like Casita, devoted, that looks like a spa treatment room. So that's one of the machines from my old spa in LA, and it's a body toning machine.
Nice. I've got a question here. Just got my trial kit. Just so you know, she didn't get the travel kit. She got her sample. So nobody thinks
you don't want me to feel jelly.
Is Sorella effective on aggressive acne? If so, are there protocols somewhere? Teresa, you've probably been in contact with a rep if you got your trial kit. They can send over, they should have sent over the protocols, but you can always hop onto, I won't get too far into it right now, but yes, there are ways that we can treat aggressive acne depending on, there's all sorts of different causes of it. So just make sure, reach out and we can answer that more specifically.
Kendra, put it in the Q&A and I will answer you there because those gals are getting it.
Okay. Like I said, worst case scenario, you can go old school and text us or email us and we can get it to you as well. I wrote it down, Lori, and then
okay,
get the link. But does anyone have any other questions? Lori is a wealth of knowledge. I learn something every day. Brittany, this will be recorded. So if you reach out, Lori will have it, but also at Sorella, if you reach out to hello@Sorella Apothecary, we'll get you the link to download today's webinar. Oh, Joanna's asking which mat is your favorite? You said.
I have the medium chakra mat, but I also ended up, because I got it over Christmas and I was off that week. So I put it in my spare bedroom, and Jay, who has arthritis, started laying on it. And he's like, wait, you're going to take this to work? So I bought another one for my house. And the one I got for the house is just the regular jade one without the PEMF. So they both feel very therapeutic. People get up from the bed and they're like, wow, that was almost like an out-of-body experience. There's something to be said if you're a believer like I am in crystals. They're magical. People won't even know.
I 100% agree. My house is full of crystals right now. My collection probably quadrupled in size over the last 3 months. But Lori, thank you so much for today. I know, like you said, if you could have a certificate on the wall for every webinar you've done, I appreciate what you've done for our industry so much. Like I said, I wish this was a resource that I knew about before I joined Sorella. What you are offering for people in our industry is one of the most valuable things. Like outside of the wealth of knowledge, it's the support. It's the holding people accountable, having them check in, and just thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, it's when I first became an esthetician, all of my corporate LA friends were saying, why are you doing this? Why would you ever become an esthetician? And I built really hard. I don't have unicorns flying around throwing money at me, right? Like hard work is what why I've accomplished. But those same people now are going, how did you build this business? Do you think I should become an esthetician? So there's a way to become very profitable, successful, and position yourself like a career-driven person. And that's really what I share in there. I'm never asking anybody to do anything that I haven't done as an esthetician, to build a practice that really lights their skincare soul on fire and makes them feel proud to do what they do. And I feel like we need the support and the tools now more than ever as we step back into rebuilding our businesses.
Well, and I don't know how you feel, but you know, I started in aesthetics back in 2003, and it was really, really competitive. And I love that the turn the industry has made. And I think that the Beauty Biz Club is a huge part of this, of support rather than competition, and holding each other up only helps you in this industry even more. And that's something that Sorella stands behind as well. Like, we're going to support you and your business, and everybody is going to benefit and grow from that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have 6 girls in the Beauty Biz Club that are within a few mile radius of my actual spa. I'm teaching them what I do to be successful, because there's enough business for everybody. And one of my core trainings is finding out who the right client for you is, because that's when you really start to build a business that you're proud of and confident to step into. And we all have different, you know, energies that we're putting out and attracting in.
Right. And it's not about what the person's doing down the street from you. It's about, like I loved the comment you made about the grass being greener, and putting that into your business, focusing on that and being less concerned about what everybody else is doing. And that's what the Beauty Club, I mean, that's what it means to me when I see it and kind of got to dive into it. And like I said, it was like coming across, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that this exists. So if anybody has any questions, we have the contact information as well. And Lori's on Instagram, and then what's the website?
It's beautybizclub.com.
Yeah.
And then it's Lori_beautybiz on Instagram.
Perfect. So we're here to share, and we're here to support.
Thank you guys for joining us today. I know that it felt like an odd day to be doing a webinar, but if we provided you with just a little bit of, okay, I can regroup and go back out to the world and handle whatever it is going on, then we've accomplished our mission, right, Rebecca?
100%. And like I said, we're here for support either way. You don't have to wait for a webinar. Love, Lori, that you said you're here, you're accessible. I love that tagline that you put in for your clients as well, because that's been the most valuable thing during this time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.